So we're getting seafood after this, and the big debate, folks, is hush puppies, seafood or barbecue?
It's barbecue.
Them shits are barbecue, dude.
I've never had barbecue with seafood. I've only never had hush puppies with barbecue.
No,
So
I've
you're telling
only
me-
had it with barbecue.
I've only had hush puppies at seafood
With what?
restaurants.
With what?
At Red Lobster, they have hush puppies.
That shit's not a seafood restaurant.
Yeah, it's not a seafood restaurant.
It's like-
at
Yeah,
all.
Red Lobster is not a seafood
You know
restaurant.
what I mean. It sucks
It's
dick.
a fast food.
At like a good seafood restaurant where
Yeah.
they got a mermaid with
Do you
her
wanna get
tits
the
out on the
bib?
wall or something like that.
Yeah, if we go to a place, I need to get the bib.
I want the bib, baby.
And I'm going to strip down just to my underpants.
What the f is the hammer for? The little wooden
for
hammer.
crabs.
I've never used anything other than
You
my
cracked
hands.
the little claw.
I've done with a hammer.
Yeah.
How would that work? I've never
you
seen.
cracked the claw?
I've never used the hammer.
What do? You unhinge the
You break
little...
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you suck.
Yeah, you could do that.
Or I just bite into the claw with my teeth.
That's wild, dude.
Why?
You bite into the claw
Yeah,
with
you
your
just
teeth?
spit out the shells.
That's disgusting, Nick.
That's some
That's gross.
garbage.
Yeah,
that's
he's
some
a
like
garbage
fucking
white trash. piece
hobo
of
shit.
It's not.
That's water billy, dude.
No, it's just a much better way to eat the crabs.
Shells with your delicate, beautiful chompers.
I don't have delicate teeth because I get enough calcium. I also do resistance training. So
on your teeth.
Yeah.
You're doing teeth
I
squats.
take a bunch of steroids and chew gum and chew on pebbles. And
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cumtown.
Yeah, the boys are back the Nick is back in town.
The Nick is back in town.
Well, we're all back. The boys collectively are all back in town.
And yeah, we've been just hanging, waiting for these batteries to charge. You missed a lot of good riffs, guys.
yeah, I'm kind of tired now.
Yeah,
I'm
it
tired.
feels like we already
If
did
we
an
recorded
episode.
the second we got here, we would have had some good stuff.
Actually, are you guys down to take a break while I get another coffee?
I'm down.
Yeah.
All
So,
right.
guys, we'll be right back.
I kind of want a coffee right now, too.
Yeah.
I also got to take a shit.
Thanks for
too.
listening. Stay tuned. We'll be back next week.
I didn't know you were about to start recording like that.
Shut up! Like it even matters.
The 2-minute episode spectacular.
No, that's good. Yeah, let's.
What
pause
did we
and go
have?
get
Let's
coffee.
try to
There's been
recreate
some
all that
good stuff.
magic.
Me and Dana were laughing about and I know I've been leaning on just talking about The Simpsons a lot in the last couple episodes.
By the way, the episodes without me and Adam non-canonical for everyone listening.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are
That's not canon.
it's a different franchise.
Although I am technically the Jamel and Stav
I am
is the Dana.
100% Jamel.
No, you don't have that cool hip hop street urban vibe.
First of all, me and Jamel are the black and white versions of each other, respectively.
Yeah.
And you and Dana have the same.
you're
hips.
both Jewish women.
Yeah.
Did you bring up when Jamel was on the show the original Stings of comedy?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah, Nick and I and Jamel were in the.
We were the original WCW Stings of
We're
comedy.
gonna put Sting makeup on our
Sting
faces
makeup, go
and
around
wear
the country.
12-button eggplant suits and be the original Stings of comedy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, would have ruled.
I don't
what-
remember eggplant suits.
Well, you know, like the Steve
How does
Harvey
that?
style.
But that doesn't fit into.
No, you got to be just like Sting, Adam.
Yeah, we have to dress like.
well,
the
I thought
Crow.
it was like the Sting makeup
Up in
with
the
the Kings of
rafters.
Comedy like
no,
suits.
No.
Well, it's fine.
that complicates it.
Well, what makes
you're
it
trying to
comedy?
eat jokes.
Yeah,
You're
What
doing
makes it of
comedy.
comedy?
You're dressed like Sting and you're doing
It's
comedy.
already-
No,
It's
it's just a
Sting.
picture. The idea is just us dressing up for a picture and then putting the
no,
words.
it's a whole tour.
I guess if we did a whole tour, that'd be chill. Do you remember when Sting was wearing that mask and then he took he was wearing a Sting mask and then he took it off?
Imposter.
And then because there was a Sting imposter, and then he took it off, and it was Sting
It was
wearing the
Sting.
Sting makeup. Very
Yep.
cool. Very cool. That's for all you wrestling fans listening to the show.
I thought Sting was so cool when I was a kid.
I did too. The way he for like 8 days in a row.
Tantric
man.
sex. You know that's because he has a small dick, right?
That's what I think you said that on a previous ep, but
It's
is
true.
that true?
Yeah, it's
How do you know
true.
Sting has the small dick?
I've seen it.
Really?
TMZ got the scoop.
Dude, I don't like any Sting music until the late 90s like North
Desert
African.
Rose,
When he got really into Black Hawk Down music.
Yeah,
Sting
dude.
sucks, dude. And Sting and the Police suck.
Oh,
This
dude, come
whole-
on.
Is Every Breath You Take is a Prince song? It's a cover of a Prince song?
No.
Or did Prince cover that from the Police?
Maybe Prince did.
Whatever, dude.
I don't know.
Look,
Prince
dude.
Prince wrote half of all the songs
Roxanne.
that were on the radio in between like 1977 and 2000.
Yeah, Nothing Compares to You,
Yeah,
the Sinead O'Connor song is Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
he also he like wrote a ton of music for other people.
yeah.
So not just covers, but
He's a virtuoso.
yeah.
Prince rules.
A Mozart of his
And
time.
he had like fake eyelashes on, and he's the best looking women on earth.
Is that your goal?
Yes, dude. First of all,
He
I
was
have nice eyelashes.
He was also like 5'2".
huh? Yeah,
He was 5'2", and he could hoop.
yeah, he could.
No,
hoop.
it's like true that like Charlie Murphy thing is completely
Yeah.
true. He played high school basketball. He was
Yeah, I was
amazing.
listening to a
Charlie
different
Murphy
podcast.
also dead.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
I have
Chris
nothing.
Cornell. Chris
What?
Cornell and Roger Ailes. What a weird pairing.
Same day. Same was like within an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like a big Soundgarden guy. Everyone was like waxing poetic about Soundgarden that day.
Is that Black Hole Sun?
Yeah.
It's just butt rock, dude. It's just ass rock.
Ass rock.
You know what I
Soundgarden's
mean?
not bad.
What do you?
I never got into it.
Wait, what do you mean by
Audio
ass
Slave's
rock?
not bad either.
Just that's what I classify
Sounds like
a lot
ass.
of that music.
It's bad. Is that what you're saying?
just butt rock.
Butt rock would mean there's asses involved. Like I hear butt rock, I'm thinking
No, it's
Motley
not.
Crue. You know what I mean? There's
I'm talking about
on the
yacht rock doesn't mean that
Sunset
they're
Strip.
on a boat.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
it
it
conjures
does,
the
dude.
image of you're on a boat.
Well, this conjures the image of an ass taking her to me.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. Okay.
You're talking on sound. A man that just died. Show some respect.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think
Did you
Fox
see
News is
Sean
good.
Hannity saying that about Roger Ailes? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, please have some respect. Literally, like 7 hours prior to that, he was like, Seth Rich's family, they're liars. They're
Yeah, he
reverse
also-
exploiting.
Was
their
it
son's
him
death.
or O'Reilly were like, everyone saying mean things is what killed Roger Ailes.
It was actually all the STDs
His son
from
said
the women
that?
he
You
raped.
see, Roger Ailes somehow has like a 14-year-old son, which means like Roger Ailes was 96 years old when he came in a woman and made that boy.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
yeah.
What does
yeah,
his
also
wife look
people
like?
are like stoked he's like A, damage is done, and B, he made it to like 103 years old.
Yeah,
It's
he had a
not
good
like,
run.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, we got him out of there.
Karma's
Well,
not real at all.
The teenage, of course not. The teenage son was like, I will hunt down and destroy all of the women. That
I will
accuse
hunt
me."
down and make all the
Yeah.
women look at my penis
I
that
will
accuse
rape
my father
my
of
rolling
sexual
penis.
harassment.
I will rape all of these women to prove that my father is
to
innocent.
clear the Ailes name. Dude, that sucks. That guy is such a cartoonish, like, who does that kind of shit? Just some
Yeah.
fat, ugly dude.
He's the best.
Not a sexy fat
He
guy.
looks a
Very
lot
graceful.
like the Russian ambassador who met
yeah,
with
who-
Trump.
who ended up dead.
𝐂𝐔𝐌𝐓. That guy looks like if they cast the Russian ambassador.
Kiss my dick.
Kiss my dick.
Kiss
Yeah.
Dick Yev.
Kiss
Dick,
dick.
yeah.
Alexei, kiss my dick.
Yeah. That guy looks like.
That's not Russian at all. You
Sir-
just added
Sergey,
Alexei.
kiss my dick.
That's so funny that that's a Russian name, Sergey Knight. You idiots! Hashtag resist that, Sergey.
Yeah, King
Dude.
Arthur. What, like king of having sex with men? Arthur got him. The knights,
I saw
the
King
knights of the
Arthur.
round hole. The knights of the
Knights
round,
of the brown-
round hole in
brown
the
table,
bathroom
brown
stall
table.
door.
Brown table.
Because the table's covered in you flat of guys in the ass on top.
Oh
of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What were we singing?
Came a lot inside
Yes,
another man's
came a
ass.
lot.
Came a lot.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Now we're rolling, boys.
All right.
All right, we're getting there.
Hell yeah.
I saw the new King Arthur movie.
Oh, the Guy Ritchie one.
Yeah, it
Were
was
they
kinda-
like? Were they East London King Arthur?
Yeah, he was wearing like a bomber jacket. Like King Arthur was just like Jude Law was like the king and like the evil gay king, but he wasn't gay enough for me. First of all, he seemed like he
you
was
gotta
gonna
go
be
gay.
young pope
Yeah.
and be catty and gay,
Mhm.
and he was just wearing a suit. Like everyone else is dressed as peasants, then he's just wearing like a tailored like H&M suit. And
It's like I've been bringing cocaine from North Africa for the last 10 years.
and was that Michael Caine?
Yeah, trying to be like an East London Guy Ritchie.
And there was
kinda.
no titties in it, which is wild. You can't have a movie like that with no titties.
It's like life is like it's like a cake with multiple layers. Okay, and that is the name of this movie. Okay,
Layer
it's
cake.
a layer cake. It's just a layer on top of a layer, sort of like an onion.
Why are you going back to the Michael Caine?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what
That's
are you-
like the
what the
East
fuck are you
London.
talking about?
Bombed the
You've been
first time.
practicing this Michael Caine impression since you stole it from the tour, and it's not working.
Master Bruce. Master Bruce. The
Yes.
house is a mess.
No, keep doing it.
Yeah, you'll get
Master
there.
Bruce, we got you a new car. It's called.
Yeah. Is that a deaf British guy. It's a deaf Australian.
Guys, I'm an impressionator.
Yeah.
Impressionist.
Well, I don't know. I have been leaning on that Homer impression.
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
got a good. Yours is good.
Yours is good though.
I wanted to do. Me and Dana were laughing about like season 35 of The Simpsons. It's just Homer sitting there, and he goes, "Marge, remember that time that Mr. Burns adopted Bart?" Yes, Homer, I remember it. And he just remembers episodes of the show.
That's awesome.
And recounts them on the couch
That's great, dude.
until they put Homer down. They euthanize
Oh yeah,
him.
they euthanize him.
Mm-hmm.
Homer, this is my Mo.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez, no, I was doing it on the walk over.
Yeah, I've done it
'Cause I
before.
wa-
I can only do Ralph. That's it.
Yeah. We were also doing. We were trying to do a hybrid like Dundalk Homer, which would be fun. Like, yeah, Marge, Marge. I was wondering if we could go to Moe's for dinner, though.
Marge, I left a floater in the toilet.
Marge, I don't know which part of the toilet to in.
I should in the top part.
Doe.
Doe.
Doe really works.
That's the best one. Yeah. Doe. I left a floater in the tank.
I work at the nuclear power plant. It's hard, dude.
Yeah,
You
it's
combine
hard,
two
dude.
of them.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. When
But
you
do like a
Chinese Homer.
black exploitation.
Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Chinese Jewish Homer.
Well, my name is Homer Simpson.
Homo Simpson.
Homo.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
real-
and he's gay. Homo Simpson.
Yeah.
Deep
Wow,
territory.
he's gay, Chinese, and Homer Simpson. Well, he's already yellow.
You just got to do some eye work on that one. He's basically there.
Yeah. Just get a little
Got
eye.
to smudge the corners of those eyes, Matt Groening.
He's got those.
Oh, man, I went to this Thai restaurant the other night that's supposed to be like the best Thai restaurant in Los Angeles. And I guess like Matt Groening goes there pretty often. So there's all these like Simpsons drawings signed by him. And he just cannot draw the Simpsons. He's like really bad at it. Yeah. And that's all he's like, I love Thai food. You know, it was like Homer, you know,
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's like, it looks like a 5-year-old drew all those
Does
pictures.
does
And
he
I
have
What
like
if
to
they're
imagine,
fakes,
I like to
dude?
imagine him like just coming in there completely drunk.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you want to draw a Bart? Yeah, I'll draw him for you.
No, dude, they're fake.
Is some other guy faking?
Thomas Crown Affair came in there, sold the real Matt Groening ones. I just watched that movie recently, Thomas Crown Affair. Not good.
I haven't
Pretty
seen that
boring.
one.
I
Is that
thought it was,
Pierce?
I remembered it being about like art thievery, but most of it is sort of a romance with Rene Russo on a private island, and then at the very end, he goes back and steals one more painting.
Remember that movie Entrapment?
Yeah, the ass part,
Yeah.
the laser ass
Never
part.
seen.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Is that Catherine Zeta-Jones where she does that whole?
What were we talking about on the show
Hell
one
yeah.
time is imagining Lindy West trying to break into somewhere and going through a laser grid and just setting off all the lasers. Just like that, like, I got this.
They're
Trying to do a
repelling
cartwheel.
the rope. They're trying to repel her down with it just snaps before she even gets down there.
Yeah. It's like a Mission Impossible. It's just melted butter dripping all over the keyboard and the alarms is going off.
The whole the whole thing she's in falls down. Just goes through the roof.
It's a security guard outside the safe room. He's like, is someone making corn dogs? What is that? It smells like someone left bologna out on the porch.
Rough.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I forget the context of that.
It doesn't need any
Yeah,
context.
it really doesn't.
Yeah,
It's a fat joke.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we need fat shaming, is because it's, you know, plug and play.
Absolutely.
You can put it into, it applies to every type of fat person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, except the muscular alpha ones.
Yeah.
Like the guy.
Which one's that?
The
Like
people that
Alex
everyone
Jones?
respects.
The fantastical.
People say, like, you know, funny
Non-existent.
jokes, but they actually in their heart really respect them and look up to them, like those guys.
About who?
You guys know the guys I'm talking about.
Like which guys?
You know.
You know a fat guy I really respect? Kevin James, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I model myself after Kevin James.
He has a really underappreciated comedic pairing with Adam Sandler. I'm a Kevin James Adam Sandler movie apologist. I think they're pretty
I like
funny.
Chuck and Larry. Dude.
Chuck and Larry's funny, dude. They're gay together. Hilarious.
He's not a bad stand-up comic.
Yeah, the phone bit is great.
The phone bit's great. The bank line bit's great.
He got
trying to
That's a great
shake
one.
your balls out when they.
It's
itch.
all like very solid observational.
He
Yeah.
got kind of jacked for an MMA movie. That's my real fitness goals.
What was that?
Kevin James in
Was
an
that
MMA
Play It
movie.
to the Bone? No, that's a boxing.
And Rosario Dawson's his wife or the lady he fucks or
My
something,
dream,
which would be cool
my queen.
to have sex with her.
I wonder if this like having to change your body dramatically for a role thing is going to end anytime soon.
Nah, dude, that's a classic. Everyone's
It's not
been doing that
really a
shit.
classic. I mean, De Niro did it, and then no one else did it for like a decade.
Did Stallone?
No, he did that. It doesn't count
Copland?
if you're just a guy that
Stallone
likes.
is
Stallone
just
did
really
it in
buff.
Copland, but if you're just a guy that likes working out, like Hugh Jackman, everyone's like, look how jacked he got for
Yeah.
Wolverine. No, he didn't. He just
No, he just had an excuse.
does
to,
steroids and works out all the time.
yeah, and avoids his wife and in the gym.
I mentioned it before, but when the guy did the Mechanist,
Oh yeah, the
yeah.
machinist.
Bale does that all the time.
yeah, he loves to get skinny.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did that
yeah.
for Rescue
But
Dawn
then
too.
he like kind of phones it in movies. Like he's not a particularly good actor.
He doesn't
in, like,
learn
half
the words.
movie- half the movies.
Dude, he was good in that boxing movie.
Yeah, the
The
fighter.
fighter.
The fighter rules.
That
dude.
was great because he like had that whole like junkie thing where they're like so excited about something, but you can't really tell what they're excited about.
He had-
it's
he
like
had,
that
junkie
energy that like
Absolutely.
A lot of people
it's
don't know
so
he had
good.
all the testosterone sucked out of his body for Empire of the Sun, so that he could play a child.
Yeah,
But he was
Adam
actually
sucked it
30.
out of his
He was
dick.
32 years old in that movie.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he had extreme surgery to make himself 4'11",
that's right. Yes,
and then had electrolysis to remove all his body.
all the hair.
Dude,
What a
that's
smooth boy.
That's commitment to a craft. But
hmm
I would get smooth for a craft. I would get smooth as hell.
So you get smooth for a Kraft
for Kraft
single.
macaroni and cheese, yeah.
Shave my
it's-
pubes and get raped for a sweet bite of that mac and cheese.
we should, if you still had that gay Instagram account, we should
It
have
was
done
not gay.
a craft bath where you
I
just
think, by
get
the way, I don't want
mac
to
and
tease.
cheese bath.
I'm going to tease this.
You coming back?
It's going to be a comeback soon. Just watch
To
out.
You're
Insta-
just gonna get banned again.
I don't think so.
Why? What did you didn't deserve to get banned the first
Harassment.
time.
I don't know what someone reported me for harassment. I never harassed anyone.
But there was no evidence of
they were
harassment.
haters, dude. The haters got me. That's it.
You
I was too.
God.
I was too. Sexy.
It really is. I mean, I hate to go down this line, but like, hot girls show everything but the nipple all the time on
I
that
know.
website.
I know. I'm being persecuted.
I had an
because I'm a
Instagram
man.
taken
No,
down.
it's because you were sarcastically being fat.
I was not being sarcastic.
You were
It was
like
totally real.
sarcastically being.
I was a body positivity
positive.
expert.
no, you're
I was
making
an
fun
advocate.
of those.
I was an advocate
You're
for
making
body
fun of
positivity.
those beautiful angel heroes.
First
Yeah.
of all, no one here is
The-
beat
the-
off to more body positive models
the
than
reason
me.
the
and
reason
that's for
it's
sure.
the reason it's harassment is because everyone knows body positivity is bullshit, and it's like the idea behind it
Absolutely
is
not.
so thin that all it takes is a fat man.
Well, it's not thin at
saying,
all.
"Oh, I'm being body positive."
I was
and
being
they're like,
body
"Oh, you're
positive."
gonna hurt these women's feelings," and we all have to pretend like.
Whatever, dude. How many times have you beat off to Ashley Graham?
Which one's that?
The
Ashley
how about
Graham? What is
Ashley
that, like a
Teddy Graham?
senator or something?
How about that?
Huh?
Woo!
That's pretty good.
What?
Ashley
power.
Graham.
That's your name, Ashley Graham.
Who am I thinking of right now? Oh, Lindsey Graham.
Lindsey Graham, the gay guy from South Carolina. Because
He's
You're
the best, dude.
you're
I
thinking
wish
about
the
the-
Senate was 100 Lindsey Grahams.
you're
Just
thinking
like
about the Graham
closet
you
case
want to fuck
Southern
the
guys.
most.
What?
You're thinking about the Graham you want to most.
Oh, he's the best.
You want to
dude.
Graham Norton, Adam? you and Graham Norton are gonna hold hands and go shopping.
Dude, Graham Norton's a
Soho.
hologram, man. He died of AIDS so long ago.
I didn't know that, dude. Thank you for telling me that.
He's there's a lot of technology on that show, low key CGI that people aren't really hip to.
Oh
but,
yeah.
what
also-
was that? I only knew about that show because it was on BBC America. Graham Norton.
Oh, yeah, I've
no
never
one in
seen
the
the
states
show.
really knows.
Nice, famous.
Is he famous?
Yeah, I would say so.
Why is that
I guess
other
so.
British guy, the carpool karaoke? Why that guy?
James Corden.
James Corden.
Why did they choose him to be the British guy?
There was already a British guy.
Who?
He replaced
Gervais?
He replaced.
No, he
Ferguson.
plays Ferguson, who
Well,
ruled.
Ferguson ruled.
I love
Ferguson was like a
He didn't give a
junkie.
dude.
He didn't
Yeah.
give a
Probably up.
I like that was the show. Like that's probably the worst credit you can have as a comic.
to do Ferguson.
Instead of doing Ferguson.
They were pre-taped, weren't they?
They were pre-taped. They would tape like 3 of them at a time or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone would bomb, and then like it hurts your career.
Right.
It's like a late night credit.
Yeah.
I blew this what could have been a Conan set on
Right.
Ferguson.
Did anybody watch Ferguson?
But not only did Corden's like doing well, but I think they did a spin-off of the Carpool Karaoke or the rap battle thing as its own show now. That's like in development.
Yeah, of course.
They were
Of course, you don't need writers for that.
They do. They absolutely need writers for it.
What, to write the karaoke songs?
The rap battles.
Oh, rap battles.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening to you.
The rap battles is Jimmy. Oh no, I thought it was Jimmy.
No,
I think it was a
Corden.
YouTube channel at first.
Oh, you're right, it is
Epic
Corden.
historical rap battles.
Yeah, no, not
Fucking
historical rap battles.
nerd
Well,
ass shit.
they did the dance or the lip sync dance off or whatever. The lip sync suck off. That would be a good show.
Was he? Yeah, Carlton was hosting that.
No, it was LL Cool J.
Oh, well, who?
Come on, dude.
Carlton was hosting one of those type
You
of
know
shows.
what I think they should have done is every big Will Smith movie from the 90s, they should have also put Carlton in it. I think it's
only
unfair
fair.
that they didn't do that. That Men in Black didn't have Tommy Lee Jones, Will Smith, and then
Ed
just
Carlton.
Carlton on the cover, but then they Photoshop him to be maybe like just a little bit smaller than he is, so the
Sure.
aspect ratio is off. He's just standing next to them, but
Yeah, I mean he's 5'4", 5'4",
yeah,
5'5".
but you got to up the proportions.
Yeah,
so
you
it
got to
looks,
come up a little
yeah,
bit more.
It looks sort of.
Oh, stop.
It looks weird. That's what I
Nice.
want. You know,
The
I
best
Am
part
Legend,
is
where he's the last man on Earth except for Carlton, who's also there.
Carlton played the dog.
Yeah,
That's you thinking of a
This-
different movie.
put Carlton's face on the dog. The Pursuit of Happiness. Carlton
Yeah,
is.
Played the
Carlton's the
little
kid.
boy.
No, there's still the little boy. What part of this don't you understand?
You got to add Carlton.
You're an idiot. Dude.
Carlton's just
you
in the
add
bathroom?
Carlton to the movie. You don't fundamentally change.
No,
what
I
the
want to
movie
see
is.
everything recast with Carlton in it.
I don't want to recast anything.
Oh, you want to do it like George Lucas style, like change it like in post?
You add Carl. No, not change it in post.
Does he talk?
So 1-to-1
You're just
shot
talking
for
for
shot
the posters?
remake.
Oh, remake.
But
He's
you
in every
add
shot.
Carlton as a character to every one of them.
Is he in every shot?
He's in the movie, so I mean, no, not if it's a shot
He's
of
in
like.
like some of the scenes. Like
Yeah.
just like any character in a movie.
But he's got to be like minor enough that he doesn't change the plot.
You could do that with any movie. There's not a single movie that would be ruined by adding Carlton Banks as a character.
Would it be Alonzo, what's his name? Alonzo
Ribeiro.
Hamburger Jones?
Alfonso Ribeiro.
Alfonso Rivera. Yeah, not Alonzo Hamburger
No,
Jones.
not your own joke.
No. My own joke.
Yeah. Not the thing that you said to get wrong and then make the pun the other way.
Alfonso Hamburger Jones? No. Alonzo Rivera, do you think would he be playing Carlton Banks?
Yeah.
Or would it just be him as an actor?
It would be Carlton, the character in every
He
movie.
hosts Dancing with the Stars. That's what he hosts.
Yeah. Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's a game show host now.
I would we should do a game show.
How about Dancing with the Alonzo Hamburger?
Well, that's
Funny,
good, dude.
right?
That's my joke.
Just say
dude.
Alonzo
that's my,
Hamburger.
That's
And you say one thing and then,
Wait, that's not right.
oh, whoops, sorry, I meant Dancing with the Stars. But what if it was?
That's hilarious,
Oh,
Nick.
thanks, man.
It was
I
that.
said it. But I said-
It's fun to say things and immediately laugh at them as if you're reminiscing about a fun joke we all did together.
what are you talking about?
That's the thing you
I didn't
literally
laugh at it
14
at all.
seconds ago.
His
oh my
name
God.
is close to Alonzo.
You laughed so hard at your own.
I did not laugh.
take over the podcast by presenting all your jokes as if they're brilliant ideas. You're gonna force your way up to the top. It's not gonna happen.
Of this?
Yeah,
I don't know,
I see.
dude.
But these are weak ass power moves.
I know.
It's the kind of thing a woman does in an office.
I'm here till 6
Adam's
every
like,
day.
maybe I could be in charge of the
Yeah.
birthdays from now on.
Yeah, old HR department, Adam. Well, I'll be doing the calendars this week.
Well, I would like.
Excuse me, don't touch the microwave. I make the popcorn.
I've actually got I'm getting all three of us Fitbits, and we're gonna do a steps challenge.
I was thinking about getting an Apple
I would love
Watch.
that.
An Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Why?
Could you do a steps challenge?
You know,
from
so
that?
I can look at my text messages like this instead of pulling my phone out. Of my pocket.
Everyone, he's looking at his wrist.
Can
like
you
a
watch movies on the Apple Watch?
You absolutely
Could you
cannot.
watch, like-
you totally cannot do that. It's not an option for the Apple
Can you
Watch.
watch like extremely wide, like
Yeah.
Spartacus?
Watch
Like,
Mad
The
Max.
Apple Watch edition costs $1,200,
That's hilarious.
and all it is so you can look at text messages.
it's $1,200.
You can't even beat off with it?
Yeah, you can put it around your dick and then use the haptic feedback to. You just got to make people text you until you text joke to 48279 and wait until the crazy frog makes your dick come.
How does it count
the
steps
crazy
if it's
frog.
on your wrist?
The iPhone counts steps. And
That's
then
in your
it's-
pocket.
And then it sends it to the because the watch doesn't work without the iPhone.
Yeah. It's like a small
Really?
screen for your
Yeah.
iPhone.
What the fuck point of that thing?
Literally
it's not
nothing.
even a standalone piece of
No,
technology.
no, it's like
Oh
auxiliary.
my god, that dude. Watches,
Yeah.
watches in general. I'm out on watches.
The
Yeah,
the
who
main
needs
selling point of the Apple Watch really though is that it keeps you from like staring at your phone too much. But Apple can't say that because they don't want to be like, yeah, our other technology is like an addictive mind parasite.
right.
And so we've developed a
bad
cure
for you.
for it that you have to pay an additional $400 for.
That sucks, dude. Fat.
Yeah.
So you think an Apple? What should be the next big purchase though, dude?
Yeah. I'm either getting a MIDI
Fruits.
keyboard so I can get into Beats
That's awesome.
or an Apple Watch.
Elvis makes beats.
I'm actually not going to buy anything. I'm going to.
Dude, what about that van? Or
Are you
boat?
done buying things?
Yeah, I've been done buying things since I got the PlayStation. There's been no reason to buy anything.
I'm gonna get fresh to death, dude. I'm gonna fuck my whole wardrobe.
Stav's been buying too many shoes.
Yeah, I find deals, dude. And what can I say?
How do you have your shoes in your room? You just have them like along a wall?
I
You
have
have
a-
too many shoes.
I have a shoe tree or whatever the fuck it's called.
Really?
A shoe rack.
A rack.
You get one of those things from outside the ball pit.
Hell yes. Oh, that would be awesome.
like cubbies?
Yeah.
I want a big ass cubby, and I want to make my room a ball pit.
You should have cubbies in here in this
I love
apartment.
that, like, people were surprised that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. He's like, I'm going to have a Ferris wheel on my property.
Yeah,
Places for kids.
it really is like the most.
right.
I'm gonna have a box where phones turn off
Yeah.
and satellite signals
We're
get
gonna-
scrambled.
We're going to have a naked room where kids can just be themselves. They can go in there and maybe we can find out if a 4-year-old can come.
I told you guys that story that maid at Neverland Ranch who said that at
Right, he
the
was
end,
on the floor. Yeah, everyone's heard that story. That's not your story. That's a thing that was on the news.
it wasn't on the news. You just knew I was about to say
it
that.
was on the news, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't
Just
on the
say
news.
news.
Dan
as if
Rather
it's your
said that.
story.
I remember hearing that from Dan Rather.
Dickhead.
Dan Rather did it.
Oh God.
Or was that on Hardball with
Yeah,
Chris
it
Matthews?
was on TMZ.
Oh, I love the respect.
What's that TMZ guy's name?
Harvey Levin.
Harvey Gary?
He's a jacked, like 69-year-old gay
Nice.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
What a
gay?
piece of shit. He might be the worst person in Los Angeles, which is like
That's a real title.
that
He's
is
just like
competition.
Yeah.
he's like 67, 68 years old, and he's just his whole life is like
Mhm.
Justin and Selena. Are they back? Or are they not?
Yeah.
Like that's his career.
Yeah. And then they cut to
Do
that.
you think Taylor's gonna take back Harry Styles?
and then
Yeah.
they cut to that California surfer dude in the TMZ
the
office.
surfer dude, and then the dreadlock guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got this scoop. Oh, sure.
It's on like Fox in the middle of the day. That show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what, and it's,
It's
like
really
so clearly
random.
a show that's pretending to be a show. Like,
They're
what is
in
it
the
exactly?
office just
Yeah.
having a chat.
Oh, we're getting ready for the website. Or
Actually, I
something?
randomly saw it a few days ago because I like on Thursday or Friday I turned on the TV. Oh, I was watching the Trump press conference with the Colombian president, and then right after that they put on the TMZ show, and they're like, coming up after the break, Chelsea Manning, new pictures of her post transition.
Yeah, she just got out of jail, dude. Why are you making fun of Chelsea? That's
Dude,
fucked
no,
up,
they
dude.
said that was like one of the
Yeah, that's
segments.
hilarious.
and that's what you
to
think
make
is
fun
good
of-
to punch him down
Guys.
to. A hero,
Like,
who's
not
going
only is it
through a tough
transphobic,
personal
but
thing.
yeah,
I'm just saying that
it's
they
anti-prisoner.
yeah. We're very pro prisoner here. If you've committed a crime,
she's not a
you're
prisoner
cool.
anymore.
Yeah, you're right. It is a little less cool that she's free.
She's transitioned out of being a prisoner.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about, right?
I'm trans patriot.
Oh god.
I consider myself trans patriot. But you know what no one's talked about?
What?
That was the looking slice of pizza I've ever seen in my life.
It was bad.
Yeah,
It was like a single pepperoni.
Also, even the first steps picture was like a little,
The sneakers.
Off
Gay ass
kilter.
shoes. The shoes suck.
Yeah, shoes sucked. That pizza sucked.
They were clean.
First of all,
She's not like reading up.
what are those Walmart brand Chuck Taylors?
She's not on Hypebeast. She's not on Hypebeast like from Guantanamo
you gotta
Bay
get
or
cool
wherever.
Get
the fuck she
someone
was.
else to take the picture.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, come on.
Hire
You know?
some PR. This is why you wound up in jail in the first place.
Didn't think it through. Didn't think ahead enough. This
Right.
is PR that you're just wasting.
She's just she's a gamer basically. She's like back out now gaming. Dude, good for her. And her shoes
How
look
much
fine.
would it suck though to get out of prison and you find out like everyone is trans now?
It's not even cool anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
She wasn't doing it to be cool.
Yeah, for sure she was.
Oh, yeah.
She's an attention hawk.
Yeah, I buy that. She wasn't doing it to be cool. Sure.
Yeah, Bruce too was just born a woman.
No, Bruce was doing it to be cool, obviously.
Yeah, that must suck.
That's
'cause-
why I still call him Bruce.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude.
Well, that's past tense. I was saying in the past tense. You still call him Bruce or her, Caitlin?
I
Fuck.
call her Bruce.
Damn it. Oh yeah.
I
call
don't
her Bruce.
misgender.
I call her
don't
Bruce is
misgender.
interesting. Yeah,
I call
because
her Bruce. I do not misgender.
You're saying she's a woman,
but I do not change her name.
Bruce would be a cute woman's name.
Kunta Kente.
Would you fuck a woman named Bruce?
Would I f a woman named Bruce?
But she's hot as shit.
yeah.
But
It's
then
her name. Who cares about her name? She's
I
hot.
don't know, man. Just throwing a hypothetical out there, trying to get good conversation going.
I don't know. It was a funny hypothetical.
George, my buddy George, asked me this hypothetical. Think of the woman that you've had sex with that gives you the most shame, or person, most shame. Would you f them again, or if like I'm on my deathbed and it's my dying wish that you f me, would you rather f me on my deathbed or the woman that gave you the most shame when you f again?
That doesn't make
It's your
any
wait. It's your
sense.
dying wish.
Yeah.
It does make sense. It does make sense. Would I dying wish that I fuck you?
Yeah.
Then I would even if the option was like, do I f hottest woman in the world or do
Oh
I
wow!
fuck you for
What
your
a good guy.
What's your dying wish? Of course I would do that.
But you have to think about feeling I'm dying and and you think that image is in your head the rest of your life.
I don't care. It's the image of what? Me being a good person. Yeah. The one time in my life I did the right thing.
My hairy bad ass. I mean,
I don't know. I think
ass.
dying wishes are a waste. You're about to be dead.
Yeah.
You know, who cares?
So Nick's answer is he would do it. That's good.
Yeah, I
you,
would
Nick.
probably do it. I would do it for you.
Thanks, guys.
Probably.
I would
But-
too. Let's off each other.
I don't know. I'm trying to think now of like a time where I felt that much shame.
Oh come on! We were talking about the time you Wallace and Gromit looking woman in the ass.
I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of
What,
the
she
fact
had
that
like a wide mouth.
she looked like
And she
Wallace
had
and Gromit.
weird
We already
gaps in
talked
She had
about
like a
Yeah, we've
house.
talked about
a
it.
house key shaped head.
I told you she was like I was sleeping and then she took her butt cheeks
Yeah.
and she jacked me off with her ass cheeks
Yeah.
like a hot dog in the butt.
Right.
Yeah, we
right.
talked about that.
Anyway, so that's just one example that comes to mind right away.
I'm not ashamed
One of
of
the
it.
many times you've been with sex workers. How about that? People that
Yeah,
you
it
know.
is funny that you like just sex trafficked Chinese women.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all
You're
like a fucking
of all the-
and Latinas,
of all the like
I have felt
for
shame.
saying bad things.
I felt shame about
You're
that.
like literally
Actually,
a
but you
bad
know what?
person.
That's
Why
a
am
good
I a
answer.
bad person?
Participates in like the
Yeah,
sex
dude.
trafficking.
I didn't
of Chinese
realize that at
immigrants.
19 years old when I got
What
a
about
condo
4
job.
weeks ago?
6 months ago.
Oh,
And you
shut
went to
the fuck up.
Chinatown to get a handy from a slave, from a literal slave.
It wasn't 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and I didn't
And then
know
you're
it
just
was one of
sharing
those
that
kind of
Atlantic
places.
article.
didn't
Ooh,
know.
this is troublesome.
Yeah.
We need to have a conversation about this. Meanwhile,
I missed
But
that whole thing on
That's
Twitter,
a good.
actually.
That's a good answer though, because if
I
the,
felt
if
bad
the person
in
you felt the most
retrospect.
shame is a prostitute who's probably hot as shit, and you just fuck them again. Who cares?
Yeah.
Instead of your
It wasn't
friend,
fun. It was a condom blowjob, and she had braces.
Okay, all right, Adam. You've never prostitute.
it's not rape if you use a condom. Everyone knows that old rule.
It's not rape if it's a transaction.
but
we
she had
ascertained that the
braces.
victim had
Wait,
braces.
It's not rape if
Unfortunately,
there's a menu of
the district
options.
attorney's office has declined to press charges because, as we all know, if the girl has braces, it creates
It's
a barrier between between
she had a retainer in. It's
the
not.
perp's penis and their mouth,
Oh,
so
God.
it's not technically rape.
It's solicitation.
I mean, that's like if you sit on a chair and then a woman sits on it. Is that rape?
I'm not
Just because
ashamed.
there's
You
a
know what?
barrier
I
between
went
the
from
two.
ashamed to not ashamed anymore.
No, you're ashamed.
If you talk about not, you should just
The-
pay $100.
I never said anything
The
about
defendant has
I-
been
I'm
found
fine
Get your
with
dick
it.
jacked.
not guilty by rule of the 5-second rule. It's true. If you put your penis in there,
On the
there's
floor.
not enough rape molecules. Don't have the time to transfer between the penis and the mouth to make the victim feel raped.
Once again, my name has been tarnished on Cumtown.
By your own
Dragged
actions.
through the mud. By
your
my
own-
own actions.
By your own actions.
You ruined that very funny Michael Jackson anecdote that I heard firsthand
Yeah.
from that poor maid at Neverland
You
Ranch.
mean Michael Hamburger Jones? Is that who you're talking about?
This is the new Cumtown. It's very funny though.
Check
It's
out
good
this
content.
this cool joke I wrote,
If it
which is me
wasn't me, I
repeating a news story.
It wasn't on the news. It wasn't a joke that I wrote. It was an anecdote that I was sharing. Oh my god.
Anyway,
If it
outside
wasn't,
of that, you can't think of anyone who you feel shame of having sex with.
I felt shame afterwards realizing that
No, I'm talking. Let's get your crimes against nature out of this. You know, your crimes against poor traffic people out of this, and let's just talk about regular consensual sex, which you have sometimes.
yeah, I'm being,
Yeah, I
I'm
would
being a
say
piece-
I would say I've never felt shamed either. The thing is both me
No,
and
I
Adam.
feel shame every time.
Me and Adam are probably like you're particularly horny and particularly unattractive.
I'm
Which
cute as
leads
shit.
you
That's
to-
absolutely untrue.
Have sex.
I'm
with
not
awful-
that horny actually. But I'm not on the grand scheme of things because I'm fatter. Actually,
I didn't really
there's less testosterone.
I
in
didn't
my
really
body.
that much until like 3 years ago.
Yeah, Adam's
Until
very
I moved
horny.
here.
Adam is actually the horniest of the three.
Because
of
I
us.
wasn't I wasn't getting laid a lot when I was in high
Actually,
school.
I take
I
it
wasn't
back.
getting laid.
I'm pretty horny.
Oh, I
Or
wasn't
college.
getting laid a lot in high school. What a unique experience. That justifies buying sex slave as a 30-year-old man. Because there was some hypothetical football player that got blown more than I did, and I only some. So I
I didn't fuck some. I didn't
had
have
to get jacked off by a 45-year-old Fujianese woman who thought she was coming over to work in a restaurant. Now she lives in a box and has to suck off paralegals.
She was a sommelier
Yeah.
in her village.
I hate this.
She's like, well, he had a condom on and I have braces. So
I did have my retainer.
I guess I shouldn't say anything to the FBI.
No, I got a hand job in Chinatown. When I was 19, I got a blowjob with condom.
But Nick, you're here to claim for real. You've never had a regrettable sexual experience.
Like, no, I mean, regrettable in what sense? That they were like
don't
so
know.
unattractive, like, oh, I can't believe that person.
It's an open-ended question.
Then, well, in that case, like, yes, I regret every single one of them.
Yeah, me
I mean,
too.
it's like
At a certain level,
Oh yeah, after you come, sure.
after you come, you regret
absolutely,
anything.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I regret sexual impulses in general.
You regret, yeah, you regret the blood going into your penis and getting hard.
You trying to figure out how to get out of there.
And then you regret the things you say during
Absolutely.
it. Ugh, disgusting.
or before, dude.
I've
the
said
lies
so
you
many
tell to try
disgusting-
and fuck
Ugh.
someone.
Oh,
yeah,
I've
we
lied
heard
a
that
ton.
story about you pretending to be like different states. What was that?
Yeah,
story?
yeah.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Who was that? Someone
would shake-
DM'd you and said that I had sex with someone, and she said that I tried to make my
They
body
DM'd
into states.
They DM Stav. But that
Was it
seems like
me?
something you would do.
No,
some
it
dumb
DM'd you.
joke that you would do with a woman.
Oh, Nick.
Like a pixie.
She's
thing?
like, I don't speak English.
yeah.
He's like, look, I'm
Here
I'm
are the states-
Texas.
Here are the
Please
states where this is legal.
Let me see the next customer, please. I only make.
paid for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I make $11 a week. I have to feed my family fish eyes. All fish eyes fell out of my hands on way home from market because my hands covered in lube. This is a very sad poem about my life as sex trafficked Chinatown woman.
Anyway, we got the live show tomorrow. If anyone's listening.
Come out to Come On Everybody. We do have a great lineup.
And just as a side, now that Nick's back, we're gonna start doing episodes and releasing them the day of. So
yeah,
the show's gonna be better.
It's gonna be better than it was. Which I don't know. I felt like Cumtown West was coming into its own. I kind of want to.
I don't know. I heard Cumtown West was very bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
The first three were. The last one was pretty good.
Well,
that's because you did The Simpsons.
Because it was you doing Simpsons.
Well, I want to branch out and give Dana and Jamel, but start a podcast.
You can't abuse Dana or Jamel because they're POCs.
Yeah, I know.
You can't
Dana
abuse.
is not.
She's a POC.
Yeah, she's a Jewish woman.
Piece of cunt,
she's the
dude.
race of woman.
How about Adam?
Women are
Matt?
POCs.
Yeah,
They're pieces of cunt.
Hey, that's a real nice POC.
yeah.
Hey,
I was saying-
look
I
at
was
that piece of
saying-
cunt over there.
Person of Jewish the other day.
POJ.
Yeah.
Person of Jewish is pretty
Yeah.
good.
Person of parentheses.
Let's start a whole
POP,
new.
dude.
Let's start a whole new podcast empire, dude.
Yeah.
We're gonna do
A new
My
Gas
other
digital?
idea, I already
The
mentioned it.
fuck-
I mentioned it on
the
the
fuckcast?
other show, but I'm just gonna find two women to record like a podcast where they just talk about their feet and what shoes they're wearing and things they do with their feet. You get two sexy sounding women.
Put it behind a paywall and make millions.
I guarantee you, I would make so much money.
you
off
make
that.
so
Do
much.
it.
Yeah. I'm going to become a millionaire off feet podcasts and cryptocurrency and retire at age 32 to
Oh
Alaska.
yeah, Nick's becoming like full libertarian cryptocurrency.
I don't understand
fedora
why
guy.
like researching investment opportunities is inherently libertarian. I don't buy all cryptocurrencies is like some extremely risky speculative tool for people with extra
To
money
buy child
to
porn.
gamble. You don't even need to buy anything with
to
it.
buy
In fact,
guns
most people
and
don't.
Molly and child porn.
I'm
right?
willing to bet that most of the investors in like Ethereum don't even know like what what the difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin is.
Ethereum does sound like a gay ass name for.
Yeah, that's
currency.
gay, dude.
It sounds like a sci-fi movie. Isn't
Well,
that
it's
the Matt Damon movie where you like?
Let's put it this way: if you invested $1,000 in Ethereum 12 months ago, you'd have $1 million right now.
How's it feel?
Oh, I did. I
How's it
forgot.
feel to be the richest cum boy now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
What?
Pretty cool.
Well, what do you make? What's your salary?
Dude, I'm negative 60,000.
All right.
You know that. You know that.
Yeah,
I'm
it is cool.
by far the poorest cum boy.
Yeah, because you have debt and shit. Like a
Yeah,
dumb bitch.
because it's student loans.
I was smart as shit. I got a scholarship to go to college.
You went to state school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If there was a good state school in Nevada, I would have gone.
Yeah, you could have gone to UNLV, dude.
But I had to go to DC.
Yeah. Oh, you suck.
I wish my parents.
18-year-old Adam was such a
I
bitch.
went to college with like, oh yeah.
I'm so
I was
lucky
like a
that I was like
jappy
dumb
bitch.
and a failure.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I remember I was in like 7th grade and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to college. That's just not going to happen. More homework.
It's cool that all our parents are broke as shit.
Oh, my family. Oh, it is bad, dude.
Is
I
it
went
bad
back
right now?
home. It's
My
brutal.
parents are doing a little
There's
better.
a
My
hole in
my
the
mom is
ceiling.
like fine.
Oh, yeah, your mom's doing
My mom's
good.
doing well, but
Yeah.
my dad's like. But the plan is kill my mom and use my mom's money to float
Yeah.
my dad,
That's chill.
and then I'm fine.
I want to send my
Then you
dad
have-
to Greece. He's kind of the problem. Send him to Greece. Let him live on an island or whatever the fuck he wants to do. And yeah, I don't know. From then on, I'm just gonna remodel my mom's bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
because
Style.
you broke the toilet.
There's a
in
whole
there?
cement. The tiles are just off the shower.
Yeah.
It's just fair cement.
My parents are
fucking
the
weird,
worst
dude.
kind of broke person, which is a broke
Jewish?
person that grew up rich.
Do they still
Yeah.
work?
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna work till they die. They
Yeah.
can't retire. They're
What do
never
they do?
gonna
They're
retire.
architects.
I don't want to say it. These freaks are gonna look it up and.
And what? Have them build a house?
Yeah, they're
not
architects.
architects. They're architects. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't understand.
sex architects.
They're gay architects. Me and my.
They make machines.
Yeah.
They're gay engineers.
Probably
They can still probably
Yeah.
look it up, by the way.
they probably find it.
And now they're definitely going to.
Yeah, of course. They're psychos. They're fucking psychos.
My dad's a damn carpenter.
Someone told me they found that women's rally.
what
Someone DM'd me.
women's rally?
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Oh, where you were like
It's
booked to do
this is
stand up
so-
on it or
Oh
something?
my god, it's so embarrassing. It's like one of the most humiliating. I was like 6 months into comedy.
Oh,
and
that story you told?
I've never.
I would love
told
to
it.
see if the video is accurate.
Oh, that's funny. We should do a side by
I
side.
didn't know
yeah.
that there was a video.
Yeah, so you
I'm
told the story.
terrified
This,
to watch
this embellished
we should
version
find the
of what actually
It's
happened.
online. We can probably watch it after.
No, we
this.
need
watch
to
it.
find the clip.
We find the clip of you telling the story because you absolutely told the
I've
story.
never
on
told the
podcast.
story on the podcast.
You did. Probably episode 2 or 3.
No,
sure you
no,
did.
I
You did.
never have. I know for a fact.
You've told it a bunch, dude.
I've told it like in
how the would somebody have
hanging
found
out.
it unless you'd said on the podcast I did this
by
and then they found
googling
it,
my name.
and then they
That's
sent
probably
it to
true.
you.
I did this. I did a feminist. I've never told the story in the podcast. For
I'm
a fact.
sure you have.
Ruth Rasby booked me on a feminist rally when I was 6 months into
Big
comedy.
Ruth.
I wonder what Ruth would think of your visits to Chinatown.
To my solicitation of sex workers, of sex slaves. It's not even like progressive like girls in Bushwick that are like, I'm a sex worker and I own my body and this is commerce.
No, absolutely.
No, it's
You're
someone
part
with
of a global crime network.
Yeah.
It's
I'm a
dude.
bad person. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, no, it's just really embarrassing. I'm really scared, but the video apparently is out there of me doing this. I did Molly the night before with Sammy,
Hell yeah.
and I got there hungover.
Why does Sammy hang out anymore?
I wonder, dude. And then my warm up was like the head of
For
Planned
the
Parenthood.
listeners of the show, Sammy cocked Adam and fucked his girlfriend. And then Adam moved here and he started having to buy Chinese prostitutes because his Korean girlfriend married his best friend. Oh, also because he didn't get laid in high school.
Oh, dude.
Anyway, continue, Adam.
I get
I get she's like, do you want to do this feminist comedy
I
show?
have principles, you know. I'm a very woke person, and I just think that sex work is wrong.
You think all sex workers are wrong? That's your stance.
I don't know. I don't even know what.
Dude,
there is actually
it's woke.
There
to
is
like
actually
sex
no
work.
woke take. There's not.
No, the woke take is that sex
it's
work
good.
should be legal and you should
Yeah.
protect the
I've
people
seen
working
that.
it. Yeah.
Which I
Even
get.
children. We shouldn't take away
Not
children's
children.
agency.
No, the woke take is that you should have.
The wokest take is child prostitution should be legal.
I've seen it. I've seen that take.
Oh,
I forget who argued that,
So-
but I'm sure that they
Kurt
are
Eichenwald.
completely normal.
No, so I got. So she's like, do you
How
want
much,
to do this?
how much money did he give that boy whore?
Yeah, that's rules. That guy definitely
He gave
fucks
him
kids,
$10,000
Yeah.
or something.
What is a boy whore gonna do with $10,000?
He's gonna
Get gauges for his
buy
ass.
himself a sewing machine, make himself
He's
a.
gonna invest in Ethereum,
Yeah.
which is the currency that's used
Cryptocurrencies.
in the warehouse that he works at. I love those like the when it, like on like Chatterbait, like the cam warehouses in like Colombia, where it's like you know clearly just a small cell.
I
Yeah,
feel.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I jack off to those and then I feel bad.
Oh no, you can check off
Oh,
the
you feel
Chatterbait.
bad, dude?
Yeah,
how do you?
because
That's so cool
Well,
of
that
you to
absolves
benefit
you.
from something and then
They're
feel
in
bad
jail.
about it afterwards.
That absolves you from the bad part of it.
Yeah.
If you feel bad after.
You know what I do sometimes is like I just have like a hard day at work, so I go out into like Bed-Stuy in East New York, and I find young black teens and I shoot them with a silenced pistol to relieve some of my stress. But I feel bad about it afterwards. I put a gun to their head and I end their life.
All you need to do is
Because
feel
it
bad.
gets blamed on other black teens, so I don't have to worry about it. But it helps alleviate some of the stress in my life.
It's true.
Yeah,
Tell
you
the
take
judge,
the shoes
bro.
off his feet so it looks like he was robbed for Jordans, and then you just keep moving.
Yeah, you gotta snatch his sneakers. I mean, I need those sneakers.
If you have sex with a baby and then feel bad, it's not. That's all you need to do is feel bad. That's how I get
All
away
you
with
need
being
is
a
to feel
terrible
bad.
person.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da. All you need is to feel bad about your actions, and then it's justified.
Wait, can I tell this story?
Yes, please
I don't really need to tell the story.
tell the story, dude.
Anyway, I get there and there's like my whole warm up. It wasn't a comedy show. It was on the mall in front of the Capitol building, and there were like all these people that came on buses and stuff for this We Are Women's rally.
Hell yeah.
And then I get there and all my material was like, yeah, you know when you're jacking off and like your
Yeah.
first 6 months of comedy material.
Mhm.
And so I just wrote
A lot
like,
different than your.
I wrote, like-
your pants now.
and then like all the warm up was like he was in my chemistry class. He said I was different, and we were at make out point, and then he raped me. He raped me.
He said,
Yeah,
he said, I am the one who knocks.
yeah, just all these like terrible stories about rape, and like the head of Planned Parenthood spoke, and like everyone's like Republicans. So I just wrote like I just made up a set, like sitting there sweating. It was so hot that day too.
Me and
I was
Marcus,
coming off of Molly.
Doo-Doo Brown went to a like an open mic one time, not realizing it wasn't a comedy open mic.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I had to go up, like the girl
Doo-Doo
went up
Brown.
right before me. It was this black chick, and she was like, innocence stolen, rape, it happened to me. My flower violated, like this slam poem about being raped.
Yeah,
And
so
I went up and it was like, well, drive-throughs are weird 'cause they got two. Why don't you just pay and get the food at the same window? And then there's that third window that's just empty. I'm a comedian, by the way.
Anyway,
yeah.
so the lady right before me was like telling the story about how she got raped, and then there wasn't access to abortion. She had to have a back alley abortion.
Nice.
And they're like, everyone, please
I
welcome.
love that name, dude. Back alley abortion. Nothing.
Didn't he just win the Triple Crown? Didn't he just win the Preakness? Back alley abortion.
Alleys are get besmirched left and right, and I don't think anything bad actually happens in an alley. It's just
they're
garbage.
dark.
So what? I don't think.
I think they're ominous.
I don't
but
think.
maybe that's 'cause
I don't
of
think
film.
anyone's ever been raped in an alley. I don't think anyone's ever gotten an abortion in an alley.
I think they've been.
I think
raped in an
someone's
alley.
been raped in an alley.
I don't think so.
What?
Outside of that
Not even
scene in
one time?
Training Day. No,
All right.
I think it's a place where
back alley abortions.
Thomas O'Malley and the other Aristocats come up with cool racist songs.
That movie was cool, dude.
Yeah,
They did jazz.
That's the most racist
and there was the
cartoon
Asian
character.
Yeah, the Siamese
Yeah,
cats.
like
We are
Shang Fu.
Siamese,
No, that's
if
Lady
you
and the Tramp.
please.
No, that's Lady and the Tramp.
That's not Aristocats?
Aristocats was like Shang Fu or whatever. He's the
Oh, yeah.
Chinese cat that plays piano with chopsticks.
That's
and he
right.
smokes a long opium pipe.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would
And then he
love
fed him for
if
$5.
opium. You know what's up is that you can go to Chinatown right now and get jacked off by a sex slave, but there are no more opium dens in New York. The city is
That
just
sucks.
Dude, I would love-
letting sex slavery slide, but they
Yeah.
won't make room for. If you could make that. Or compromise with
Yeah.
the Chinese community in Chinatown.
Oh, hell yeah.
You can have opium dens. We won't enforce the laws. Just stop sex slaving women.
They don't really sex
Everyone
slave.
would be
It's just
on-
a jack off after
No,
they're
okay,
sex.
Adam. All right, Adam.
Absolutely sex slaves.
Let's hear your spin.
The nail salon women are slaves.
yeah.
Well, they're
To paint which
no, they're
women's nails.
literally but they're not. They're just paid like $2 an hour.
So in
what do you
in
think?
this
They tell you
fantasy
not to
world
tip.
in your head,
They tell you
there's
not to
willing
tip.
prostitutes, but
That's what they tell you to do. I said, I'm not even $1. She's making $2 an hour, and they said, no, you're not. No tip. You're not allowed.
You must have been so upset.
Yeah. Anyway,
What did the woman that jerked you off look like? Do you see her sometimes in your
she's
dreams?
Chinese lady.
Yeah.
She was really nice to me.
So you think
really
she's probably
nice.
happy?
She did this thing where when she pulled my pants down and then looked at my penis. She did this thing where she looked at it and she goes, and I'm
Oh,
like,
nice.
I just started laughing like right there and then. I'm like, come on, dude.
So
What are
nice
you
of her.
laughing like it's the biggest penis of all time? Like it's not a remarkable penis.
She's just good at her job, dude.
She was very nice. Yeah, she whatever.
I watched Suicide
because
Squad.
they shove bambooo underneath her fingernails and
Yeah.
she isn't. Can you imagine what would happen to that woman if you went to the front desk and demanded a refund? Yes, sir. We will give you a refund immediately. Please do not tell the city. And then they feed her to pigs.
Yeah, that sounds really terrible, Nick.
Feed her to pigs.
That's what they do.
Yeah, the Celestials.
Yeah.
We gotta give her to Woo's pigs.
Yeah. You know who was the weirdest character on that show? The black guy that was like kind of completely unnecessary.
Chalky?
No.
Oh, no,
on
the N-word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
N-word character.
The N-word guy. What was his name? Something
the N-word, yeah.
No. It was the
N-word general, right?
N-word general. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can say
Wait,
it.
what are
It's
we-
the name of
what
a
are we
character.
talking about?
Go ahead, say it.
Say it slowly and clearly,
Yeah.
though.
The character's name
Is
Say it.
was the N-word general.
what are we talking about? What movie or?
It's really good. You should watch it.
I ain't never seen it, but I did see Suicide
There's a
Squad.
movie coming out.
And I saw. Have you guys ever seen Samurai Cop?
No. Have you ever seen
Dude,
Maniac
it
Cop?
rules. Maniac Cop? No. what's
Maniac
that?
Cop's great. That's right. It's right there. It's a Maniac Cop.
Oh, dude, Samurai Cop's cool.
Matthew Cordell.
Have you seen Bad Lieutenant stuff?
Mm-mm.
You should watch that.
I'm telling
right
you,
now.
boys, you should watch Samurai Cop. It's just like some bootleg ass.
It's a bad
fake-
Lieutenant Protocol Ferguson.
Oh no!
They could have a lot of spin-offs recently.
Bad Lieutenant Protocol, all of them.
Yeah, just that's a little Stavi's film corner.
Yeah,
Just go
Stav,
watch
the guy
Samurai
who's
Cop.
seen the
Yeah.
least
I'm
movies out
telling
of
you,
all
dude,
of
that shit
us.
rocks.
You should listen to his movie.
I'm no joke. I put up
Suggestions.
Samurai Cop next to anything.
All right.
So that's all I'll say about it, though.
I watched that. I
titties.
watched that Iranian movie that won like best foreign film, The Salesman. Did you see that, Adam?
No.
Piece of shit.
Which one?
What a boring movie.
What was it called?
The Salesman.
Is that the one where he's driving around because he wants to kill himself?
No, it's like it's his family. They move out of their apartment complex into a new building.
Oh yeah, you watched
They
that with a
moved-
famous guy.
Yeah, they move into like a
Who were you hanging out with?
the
The guy from Arrested Development?
No, it was
Jason Bateman?
No, Jason Reitman.
Jason Reitman. You see Hollywood Mulldog, dude.
Yeah,
Hanging
well,
out
I wasn't
with
hanging out with. I didn't say a word to him. It was just at his house.
You
Oh,
just
nice.
watched the movie at his house.
Yeah, my friend invited me, and he's like, "Yeah, he has this party like every Sunday or so." And we go there, and I guess this was like the most lightly attended party of all of them. So there was like 3 other people there.
Oh shit.
And,
You didn't say like thanks for having me?
No, I don't thank people for hospitality. I think that's a weird throwback to the plantation days. I think all forms of etiquette are a form of racism.
We should have a cotillion.
Children should be allowed to be prostitutes.
And manners is the
Yeah,
N word.
manners is the N word.
We should. We should have a.
In my future, egalitarian world, everyone's burping in each other's faces.
Getting
Mouth-
sucked
each
off
other's
by,
mouths.
by
Yeah.
babies.
Your genitals are surgically removed and placed on your forehead. That way, there's no mystery.
That's
you know.
cool.
What do you mean? What kind of mystery?
Everyone is a pedophile, and children are in charge. We let them be president, but we have sex with them.
Okay.
Kids rule, dude.
Yeah, kids
Okay.
rule, parents drool.
I love that
And it's-
marketing.
It's because they can see the taste that we can't see as adults.
When they would try to sell us products as kids,
Yeah.
like adults suck.
Yeah, right.
It was effective. As a kid, you do think
Cinnamon
adults
Toast
suck.
Crunch. The taste kids can see. It was that the parents can't see the taste on Cinnamon
Yeah.
Toast Crunch. Your parents' eyesight.
Kids rule.
Yeah. Imagine like just a blind child sitting in front of a television. I don't know why they would be, but then they're just hearing that commercial and they just get sadder and sadder.
Yeah, he's in the corner. The rest of his family is
Whoa, kids,
laughing and
you can
watching
see-
TV. Not now, Jake.
Jake, stop touching me with that damn stick. If you touch me with that stick again, I'm going to beat your ass with it. You're ruining television watching time. The hours of 2 p.m. till 9 p.m. every night in our mostly seeing household. Why don't you go over to your square of carpet samples and touch them again while we enjoy the powerful observations of Jerry Seinfeld?
How does that work? The stick training, you know? You gotta get up to like that level of being good enough to like go out on the streets and stuff. Do they have blind schools? Where they
I guarantee
learn
you,
that?
They literally
I could
do.
do it right now.
Shut the fuck.
It's a stick that you wave back and forth, and if it hits
Yeah,
stuff,
it's the most. It's the
You
most.
could get here
That
if
looks
we
like
blindfolded you right now. We said get to Times Square with just a stick. You could do it right now.
Yep. I guarantee you, I can do it.
Shut the.
I can. First of all, I know where the end of the block is,
Okay.
and it's 3 blocks to Nostrand, and then 4 blocks to the train station.
To the G.
You go down the stairs. You take the G train north.
Yeah, but how do you find the swipey place?
What do you mean? I know the steps.
You have to use the stick. You can't use your hands at all.
You can
Why
use your
can't you
hands.
use
Blind
your
people can use their
hands?
hands.
You can't like just feel around on the walls and stuff. You got to use the stick.
Yeah, you gauge where the turnstile is, and then you put your hand over to find the thing. You swipe.
Okay.
First of all, as a type of retarded person, you get to ride the train for free anyways. So I'm assuming they would hold the door.
Okay,
for
let's
you.
do this right afterwards. We're gonna blindfold you.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the blind
We're
man
getting
challenge.
food, man. I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I
we're
want
gonna
you,
get
and
food.
I want you to go to Brownsville, Brooklyn, and I want you to order a lunch.
And we get to wear
blindfolded.
You don't get to see the shirt we give you.
You don't get to see
wear.
We're gonna make a special T-shirt for you.
Familiar with Die Hard too?
Yeah. Oh, I love Die Hard.
Okay.
You're giving me a Die Hard shirt?
Yeah.
A Die Hard sandwich board?
Yeah.
It's gonna say the name of that guy from.
It's kind of a mixed tribute. You know, it's both.
I love that they played
the general part.
They played a censored version of that on TV when I was a kid, and it was the sandwich board said "I hate everyone."
Yeah.
And it's like black people getting mad at that.
Yeah.
Because they're like, you're supposed to be friendly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, just say black people. Even that is better than everyone.
Right.
Oh, we good.
Oh, boys.
What? Are you excited to get the episode over with, Adam?
I'm kinda hungry.
I didn't know how. I couldn't gauge where we were at.
What are we
This
going
was
to
a good one. I got abused a little bit.
Well,
It was nice.
sorry guys, we were going to continue, but Adam wants to end the podcast.
No, I don't.
I guess
God
we're
damn
gonna
it.
cut
I
it
was
off
having
here.
a fun
I was
time,
too.
but thanks a lot,
frankly,
Adam.
But Adam, I guess he has an appointment in Chinatown.
So if you're mad that we don't do enough,
there's a woman that's about to get her braces off.
I thought it was. You know what? I just want to say I think it's very brave for me to talk about these harrowing experiences.
You are just like that Atlantic guy who had this like Filipino
I was a
piece
victim
of
of sex work by paying for it.
Yeah, my family had a slave, but it wasn't my fault because I didn't have sex in high school. And you know what? I treated Lola pretty fairly in the end. We gave her $200 a week to go buy her own slave and perpetuate this awful system that's somehow not my fault. All right.
I'm just saying.
Come to the live show.
Live show
tomorrow.
Live show tomorrow night at 9. Come on, everybody.
Great lineup.
But you got to get there